Good evening, everyone. How are you? I can see some of you out there, but again, the bright lights make it hard to see your faces directly, but I want to welcome you to the 2022-2023 Academic Awards Ceremony that recognizes Limestone University's best and brightest. I am Dr. Monica Beloga, interim president and your host for this evening. Before we begin, though, let's show our appreciation for the prelude music provided by the talented Limestone University Saxophone Quartet. Will everyone please stand for the invocation provided by our chaplain, Dr. Tom LeGrand.
Let us pray. Lord, we are told to be transformed by the renewing of our minds, by thinking and being and doing the things that we need to do to make our world, our community, and our campus a better place. Lord, tonight we recognize some of the students who do that each and every day, who give their very best efforts, using their hearts and minds to learn and to grow, and who look forward to bright futures after they finish making their mark and leaving their legacy here at Limestone University. May we all aspire to make an imprint on the lives of those around us, to make sure that we are learning to be better people just as we are learning to be better students. Be with us tonight, be with these young men and women who are really making a difference in the world and getting prepared to make an even bigger difference in the world. Be with them and guide them. Be with the professors who teach and lead them, the tutors the administrators, the advisors who have helped them chart their course to greater things. May we all be the people who walk in faith, service, and leadership in the example set before us by those who came and made Limestone what it is and will continue to make it great in the future. Be with us and guide us. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
All right, so let me just provide a little bit of the logistics for the evening. As host, I will be announcing the presenters in order in which they appear in the program. I would appreciate if the presenters would be mindful of your turn by following along in the program and making your way up to the stage at the appropriate time. For awardees, I ask that you be attentive. Once your name is called, quickly make your way to the stage. And after presenting and receiving awards, please pause briefly for a photo. Now, some of you might receive a certificate, some of you might actually receive a plaque, some of you might even receive a monetary award. Not all, some of these are scholarships, so just keep that in mind. But all of you will receive one of these limestone tumblers, and I hope you'll won't mind the mixing of a formal and casual type of gift. We thought we wanted to leave you something that you could use on a daily basis and remind you of your time at Limestone University. So we'll make sure everyone gets one. All the recipients will get one before they leave today. Those of you with grouped awards, and I will announce those in advance, will be asked to remain on stage in order to get a group photo. And you will be notified at a later date when the photos are available for downloading. So let's begin the ceremony. Without further ado, let's start with scholarship awards in music, biology, and English. I first invite Dr. Gina Poovey, Chair of the Department of Visual and Performing Arts, to present the scholarship awards in music. Again, each recipient, when your name is called, you'll get a single photo, but then you'll also get a group photo at the end.
I find this opportunity particularly exciting because it's a brand new scholarship. In February, the Jazz Ensemble and the choir were invited to come to Dunton United Methodist Church here in town to provide music during the morning worship. In reaction to that, in an appreciation for that, the Dunton United Methodist Church family collected money to be given as a scholarship in honor of their own church musicians, and they provided the criteria for the giving of the scholarship. It's interesting that the recipient this year is a dual enrolled student. She is a student at Gaffney High, but she's taking chorus and private voice lessons here. But she meets the criteria of living in Cherokee County, of being a good musician, and of being a minority student. So I am very tickled to present this very first time scholarship from Dunton United Methodist Church to Nairo Archa.
Okay, my apology. Last year this was a group effort, and this year we only have one, so you can please take your seat. Thank you. Let's give her a big round of applause. I need to pay more attention. Next, Dr. Mac Wick will present the Scholarship Award in Biology.
When I came to Limestone in 1989, we had a hours-long award ceremony. The only two academic awards I can remember are the General Excellence Award and the Louise Pfeiffer Camp Award. So I decided to do something about academics and establish this award in honor of my father, Professor Emeritus at North Georgia College. Anyway, this award goes to a young lady that plays field hockey. I personally prefer lacrosse, but I was very impressed with her academic prowess, her inquisitive mind, her research abilities, and I'm proud to give her this check, which comes out of restricted funds, and this plaque, which I paid for. I'm proud to give this to Mary Caroline Hoverkamp. I'm sorry, now what now?
Would you like me to take this out so you can get a picture?
Oh, okay.
Dr. Brian Holcomb, he's already ready. He'll present the scholarship awards in English.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here tonight because we get to recognize a couple of our wonderful, wonderful students for scholarships this year. The English program awards 2 scholarships. The first one is the Dolly Nunnery Boney Scholarship. The fund was established in 1980 by Virginia B. Mathis in honor of her mother, Dolly Nunnery Boney, an alumna of Limestone. A scholarship from this fund is awarded annually to a rising senior majoring in English or one of the humanities, and the recipient is selected by the humanities faculty. This year's recipient is Parker Lewis. I hope he's here. The other scholarship that we have is the Ramona Westbury Hale Scholarship. It was established in 1997 by Ramona Westbury Hale, a Limestone College graduate, class of 1941. It's awarded annually to a student who's decided to pursue a college major in English at Limestone. The minimum requirements are a grade point average of 3.0 in high school and an interest in and love for literature. I believe we can easily say that this year's recipient meets both of those criteria, and I think love of literature does not go far enough to explain how much this student is deserving of this. This year's award goes to Sarah Jones.
Congratulations. Is she not? All right, Miss Erin Pushman will present the Candelabra Literacy Awards. Is she here this evening? I think we may have some miscommunication on that, and we will have to follow up with those award recipients at a later time. All right, so we will now move on to departmental awards, and I'll invite Dr. Holcomb back up. These departmental awards are obviously different from the scholarship awards in that we're recognizing outstanding students in their academic discipline who have demonstrated overall excellence.
Hello again. I'm here tonight for this part to present the General Excellence in English Award. And I am a little sad that we only give out one of these because, as you can see, we have two really wonderful students here tonight. But tonight's award goes to Parker Lewis.
And Parker, as fantastic as you are, I hope you'll understand that we won't give you two tumblers. I have to. All right, Dr. Seth Taft will present the departmental awards in music.
We have 4 new awards to present for outstanding music students at the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior level. Our outstanding music freshman is Daniel Kurtz. He is not here this evening because he is busy being an outstanding musician. He's at a rehearsal in Spartanburg. Our outstanding music sophomore is Blake Harrison. Blake, did you make it? Yeah. Our outstanding music junior is Cameron Cogstill. And our outstanding music senior is John Michael Entrican.
Next, Rachel Hines will present the award for overall excellence in theater studies.
When this student arrived in the fall, she hit the ground running. She immediately took on leadership positions as a stage manager for our fall production, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. She completely organized the backstage. She also was the assistant lighting designer for the spring production, and she was so good that she took on not one role, but 2 roles in it as well. But really, it's her spirit of inquiry in the classroom and her sense of creativity. She sees assignments and other things not as problems, but as things to creatively problem solve. And so for overall excellence in the theater program, I present this award to Elizabeth Hill.
The next 3 awards are presented to students in the College of Business, and while presented singly, all faculty and recipients please will come up on stage and remain on stage for a group photo. Will Doctors Teresa Carter, Angela Williams, Jaime Origen, and Michael Scharf come to the stage?
Okay, the Excellence in Business Administrations and Economics Award, we had a tie, so I'll do the first one and Dr. Bartholow will do the second one. The first recipient, I had the pleasure of teaching for the past 2 years. She is a captain for the women's soccer team. She's here from Denmark and came to America in 2019. She anticipates graduation May 2024. She attempted to teach me how to say her last name correctly, but with my southern drawl, it was impossible. So please help me congratulate Sophia Jorgensen.
I'd like to say there was a tie for this award for Excellence in Business Administration and Economics. And this student has been a leader in every class I've had her in. She has an intellectual curiosity that's going to take her places. I'm very proud of the work she does and that she will be doing with her future. And so tonight, I would also like to congratulate Chandler Brazel. Please come to the stage.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Gabe Stepler Excellence in Accounting Award. This award was created several years ago in honor of our Professor Emeritus, Gabe Stepler, who had a deep love for accounting and a deep love for his students. The award is presented to that student that has declared an accounting concentration with the highest GPA and also with the high citizenship, ethical practices, and overall enthusiasm for accounting. This year's recipient of this award is Amanda Gary. Amanda has always been one of the presenters, volunteers in the classroom, always completed her work. There's a shortage of CPAs in the United States, and I see this young lady being one of the new ones that will come about.
Good afternoon, fellow saints. So this is one of the special nights for me of the year because, like Dr. Holcomb had mentioned earlier, it's the night when we award and recognize students that have excelled throughout the year, and also the ones that probably drive us a little crazy. But, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. Anyways, we have 2 awards in the Excellence in Sport Management Award, which includes grades, of course, participation in the major, and so many other activities. The first recipient, he calls me Dad. And the reason he called me Dad is because during one of our trips in the Global Experience, we were buying something at the store, and he introduced me to the young lady. This is my dad. You know, you will see what I'm talking about. So it started as a joke now, so I call him my son. And I always remind him when it comes Father's Day and Christmas, I expect a card and be the first one to get one. So anyways, the first award goes to Michael Mugana. The second award goes to a young lady who is every day in my office. She never leaves my office. I think she just needs to move her bed there. But you know, the beautiful thing about these awards and these students is that we develop relationships, and it's kind of sad to see them go eventually because they graduate. But anyways, this young lady is a very good golfer, my second favorite sport, and I have told her that as soon as she turns professional, I'm going to be her agent and her caddy. So that's I have a second career going for me. The award goes to Maria Morales.
In the absence of Dr. Adams, I'm going to be presenting today the Excellence in Human Resource Management, and this award goes to Jason Jones.
All right, it's my pleasure to award the Outstanding Graduate of the MBA program. And this individual is our only graduate, graduating in May with a perfect 4.0 GPA. She is also a member of the Limestone softball team and a Peruvian world traveler. And this award goes to Carolyn Ruth.
Can we get a group picture together, everybody? And let me hand that. Sure. Dr. Fred Lux will present the Criminal Justice Awards.
Good evening. Each year, the criminal justice faculty looks to recognize two students as the most outstanding criminal justice students for the year, one on the day campus and one for online. This year's on-campus recipient is a member of the Limestone University Honors College. He is the president of Alpha Phi Sigma, the Criminal Justice Honor Society, and the Limestone University Criminal Justice Club. In the classroom, he's very driven and engaging. He is never afraid to speak from his own perspectives, open up to his classmates, and share his thoughts and insights, even when those are counter or contrary to his fellow classmates. He's always willing to help and encourage his classmates in their own endeavors. His academic efforts, though, are not limited to the classroom, as he, along with 3 other Limestone University students this year, worked to complete their senior capstone projects 2 months early to be able to present those at an international criminal justice conference. The student also went on a week later to present the same research at a regional honors conference. This student has already been accepted to and plans to attend the University of South Carolina School of Law this coming fall. And this year's most outstanding criminal justice student on campus is Josh Strickland. Is Rita Castro here this evening? No, she didn't. All right, so, thank you.
We have a trio to come up and present awards. Well, at least there was a trio on the list, but now it's a duo. Never mind. Lisa Samagayo and Lisa Glenn will come up and present the awards for social work.
Thank you. I always tell everybody, because both of our names are Lisa, that I am the Lisa. We have 2 awards to present this evening, the John Sullivan Award and the Penny Griffin Award. The John Sullivan Award is given in honor of a former Limestone faculty member, Mr. John Sullivan, who is responsible for the initiation of the social work program. This is awarded to a student who demonstrates leadership and excellent teamwork skills in the classroom with discussion questions and assignments. The student is proficient in setting boundaries when working with faculty and peers, demonstrates behaviors that are professional, and follows the social work code of ethics. The student has demonstrated high levels of determination, tenacity, and resiliency throughout the BSW program. The student demonstrated a commitment and dedication to the ideals of social justice and values through their activities. This student demonstrated the ability to persevere in holding on to her dreams, performing well in coursework, and embracing the values of the profession despite challenges or unique circumstances. This person is Maggie Welch. She could not be with us this evening, but we will present this to her when she comes for graduation. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am Lisa Samagayo, and I don't care what she says, I'm Lisa #1. So, I am going to present the Penny Griffin Award, and it is my pleasure to do so. So I just would like to tell you all, I teach here as part of the day faculty in the social work, in our Bachelor of Social Work program. This is my 3rd year teaching with Limestone. So this student has pretty much gone through my journey with me. And I wrote a few things, and I'm not going to say everything to be too much, but I could go on and on. I have lots of great students, we all do, but when we hear the criteria for the awards that are being, nominated, there was this one student that kept coming back to my mind. So, and that is because he's a joy to have in class. He is always self-aware, and I will say this, many people think that social workers just work at DSS. We don't, obviously I'm here. So, but social work is about theory, it's about critical thinking, it's about well-being and understanding how we can apply those theories to our own wellness so that we can work most effectively with our most vulnerable populations. So having said all of that, we talk about a lot of heavy topics, and this student always communicated his needs, would take a step back to refocus when he needed to. He has a positive attitude, a great smile. He's overcome his own barriers, and he talks about them, but always maintains healthy boundaries, which is important. He's active. He's on the wrestling team. He has an overall GPA of 3.82, which is no easy feat. And he is just an inspiration to me and to everybody around him. So I would like to present this award, this very special Penny Griffin Award, to Christopher, who we all know as Markeith Drakeford Yegi. Come on up, Markeith. Thank you all.
Dr. Michelle Phillips-Meek, and I did have a counterpart, Dr. Justin Bailey, I do see him getting up, will present awards in psychology.
All right, good evening, everyone. So we have a few awards tonight. The first I'll give out as a group, so I'll say their names together. So every year, we try to recognize those students who complete a psychology research project from start to finish. So in the psychology program curriculum, that means 3 whole semesters of working on this project, of investing in it. But we want to recognize that they engage in this process because it's probably one of the best things you can do while you're here as a psychology major, or really while you're any major, because of the development of skills that you gain that you can then use as you go out into the future. Whatever it is that you do, you can apply those skills. And because it's hard to do that while doing other things, right? So one of these students is a double major. The other 2 are in the honors college. They all are athletes. So when you have a lot going on, doing that process from start to finish, it's really impressive as an undergraduate student. And so this year for our Research in Psychology Awards, we'd like to recognize Sydney Mirsky, Bailey Stumpf, and Mika Walters. Order. Look at that. I like that. High fives. Very good. Very good. Thank you. High five. I think you're supposed to say for like the big. Yeah. I have the online student, and then you. Yeah. All right. So I have one more award to present. We have a fully online psychology program here at Limestone, so someone can earn a bachelor's degree here in psychology online from start to finish. And so what we started doing a few years ago was we would get together with our online adjuncts who teach the majority of our online curriculum, and we would say, you know, who stuck out to you this year? Who do you want to recognize this year in terms of the online students that you teach and interact with? Because again, right, just like doing a research project while doing all the other things, being an online student is difficult because often that is only one of the many things that you are doing every day of your life, right? You're balancing and juggling. So we want to recognize one person each year, right, for that juggling act. And so this year we are presenting our Online Student of the Year Award to Diana Stenson. Diana, are you here? Dr. Billy has started a trend. Yes, you too. Congratulations. I think so.
As Dr. Phillips-Meek mentioned, we have a 3-semester research sequence. The third course is optional, so actually doing the research is the optional part. All of our students have to propose a research program that they could do. I think this will be the first time we honor a student who did their research before they took the class. I'm here to present the Excellence in Psychology Award. And the student in his first year impressed me so much, his first semester really, that I agreed to have him a part of my sabbatical research group. I got 4 students to help me try to collect data from participants by working real closely with an iPad, which turned out to not be a great idea in March of 2020. So we ended up not collecting any data, but he was ready. He was ready to do it. He also came to me and said, let's do a research project again before he started the research sequence. And I believe he's done 4 studies beyond what you need to do. So we've never had a student quite like this. He's been here every year of his 4 years. He's been an integral part of the psychology program. He's a member of Psychi. He's also the president of the psychology club 3 years in a row, which again, during COVID, didn't turn out to be so great. So I really feel like COVID was one of the worst things for this particular student, but it gives me great honor. We're gonna be missing him graduating in a couple weeks here. Hunter Moody.
All right, Dr. Brett Schenning, Carolyn Ford, and Emily Tuttle will present the next awards in art.
Hello, hello. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. We, as the collective art department, are glad to recognize our students excellent in several categories tonight. studio art, art history, rising in their respective classes, museum studies, and leadership capabilities. Because we have such a large group tonight, we're going to call you up by your name, and some of you have multiple awards, so your name and your award. First, we'd like to welcome to the stage one of my students in art history, who has proved both semesters her worth, Miss Avery Kepke. High five, guys, keep it cool. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage a student who is having her first semester of art history and has joined the crew in the competitive grade kind of thing we've got going on. The students like to know who's in charge in the classroom. Sometimes I'm not sure it's me, it's them. Miss Marley Edenfield. The next student will receive 2 awards. The first is in art history, and the second is in museum studies. The student has proven himself not only in his given minor, museum docent studies, but in his recent internship at CHAPS, where I had the pleasure of visiting him this weekend, and he showed off his wonderful projects. We'd like to welcome to the stage Tatum Goins. Both of you. Next, we'd like to welcome to a student that is dual enrolled and has excelled in the arts in about every medium she has attempted, Miss Emma Harvey. We'll do hugs at the end. Next to the stage is a student that's only been with us for a few short months. She's just transferred from Spartanburg Community College, and she has also excelled in all the media she has attempted in this one short semester and will be ready to graduate just next year, and we are not ready for that. Miss Liz Schulman. The next student has 3 awards. She is our rising sophomore. She has demonstrated leadership in the arts and also excellence in the art history class. Miss Gali Amavizka. Thank you, Gali. I'm so sorry. And last but not least, this student also will be receiving 3 awards from the art department. She is being recognized as our rising senior for her leadership skills in the arts and for her excellence in art history, Miss Mika Walters. Thank you.
No, you can stand up. Stand up. Yeah, it's all right. Excellent. Thank you. All right, let's welcome up Drs. Matthew Talbert, Suzanne Lindley, and Tamara McGovern to present the academic awards in biology. Oh, and my apologies, Dr. Mac Witt.
Good evening. I've always been of the opinion that it is a brave thing to choose to major in biology or to choose to major in any lab science. And that's because in so choosing, you choose to embark on one of the most process-oriented, information-intense, and discipline-requiring curriculums that you could possibly choose for yourself, often for someone that's just in their late teens, early 20s. It's a commitment, and not solely because of the objective difficulty and the time investment involved, but because they, in biology, are consciously choosing to try to understand one of the most puzzling things one can try to understand, something that none of us really understand in this room, but that we try to work at understanding every day, particularly biologists, and that is to understand the fundamental nature of life. To begin our awards, I have the privilege of presenting the first year student award in biology. This award goes to a student who, over the course of their first year here at Limestone in the biology major, has made clear that he is committed to that initial choice. He has had outstanding performance and, for lack of a better phrasing, achieved utter decimation of many challenges that I have put in front of him. He is quiet, but determined and purposeful. Every interaction that I've had with him one-on-one has been highly professional, and that's particularly for somebody that's just in their first year. I am eager to continue to get to know him as he progresses through the program. The first year student award from biology goes to Mr. Jacob Peeler.
You'll just wait over here.
Yes, to follow up on what Matt said, biology is not the easiest, but often the most challenging major you can select. But it's all-consuming to try to understand the things that we try to understand and wrap our heads around. So one of the reasons that we went to the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior awards a few years ago was just to recognize the fact that sticking with this is so challenging in terms of the time commitments and the effort required of students. I get to present the Outstanding Sophomore Biology Major Award, and this young lady has excelled in the classroom, noted for asking really excellent questions. I've heard this from many of our faculty, and just really digging to understand the material and be sure that she grasps what she needs to and comes and gets the help that she needs. And she's also my laboratory assistant. So it's been great to have her in the lab with my students and have her get to explain to them the things that she understands. And she's just been a joy to work with for the past year in that capacity as well. And the Sophomore Biology Student Award goes to Cecily Livingston. Cece.
Okay. So yes, the only thing more commendable than choosing to begin a study of biology and a laboratory science is to stick with it, both despite and because of how complex it is. As someone that teaches both molecular cell biology and biochemistry, I have the great honor of mentoring upperclassmen in biology through some of the most challenging, detail-oriented, process-oriented, chemically intricate content that the discipline offers. To borrow an analogy from Dr. Lindley, it's like moving from driver's ed in your understanding of the cell to mechanics school, where you are learning about how the car works down to its finest connections. Students go through a process where they must adapt and find what works for them as it pertains to internalizing that material. And in them, I can see a clear difference from when they begin the course to when they end the course. Where everyone begins and ends is different, but that process occurs. This award goes to a student who has handled that process gracefully. She strikes me as laser-focused, attentive in class, good-natured, and with a work ethic that we should admire and appreciate. She is also in a bit of a competition with a few of her other classmates with the number of times she has asked me questions outside of class. Sometimes these questions are out of curiosity, sometimes just to make sure she's thinking about things correctly, and I quote, okay, especially when it comes to lab classes. Based on what she's told me about her potential plans, if she indeed decides to pursue a career in lab research, clinical research, health professions, or some combination, I think she has a bright future. The third year student award from biology goes to Miss Ashley Bastide.
And I'm here to do the Outstanding Senior Award. I teach several courses in which students do research, both as sophomores and again as seniors. I have many excellent students in my senior class that are doing deep dives into research projects. Everyone says they have never written a paper this long before, and yet this student is one of my very best. She's written an excellent paper, thoughtful,
in class discussions as well as in her work. And so I would like to present the Outstanding Senior Award to Miss Andrea Zwinkels, and I hope I got it right.
We have a new award this year in talking about the challenges as we have with biology and the curriculum. We've decided to add an award for a student who had persevered. We fought over the wording. We had a lot of words that we kicked back and forth, and we settled on resilience because we think that's what it takes. But for any number of reasons, as we all know, sometimes students just have to overcome a little bit or more than others sometimes and just to rise to the occasion and see them come out the other side and really excel in the classroom is one of the things that really makes our heart go pitter-pat as faculty members. So it's always a joy to see a student really dig in and show what they're capable of doing. And sometimes I think it's even more than they realized they were capable of doing. And it certainly blows us away. So in the future, we'll be giving this award to students that for whatever reasons, it could be anything from injuries to personal issues or other things that are going on in their lives, or just the fact that it took time for them to kind of click with them. But when you see that student start to excel, that's something that we think should be celebrated and recognized. And I have one of those students right now in my genetics class who is just absolutely killing it. He keeps up with the work, answers the questions, does everything to perfection in the classroom and in the laboratory, and is doing fabulously on the exams. Clearly is really, really getting it. And I know it's really found, I think, a joy and a love and just a, I think he's caught the thrill of science. I think he's finally gotten to see that this whole puzzle that we're trying to piece together is something that is really fascinating and worth the effort, and is doing a fabulous job with that. Kyle Homan, you're the winner of the first ever Resilience Excellence Award for the Biology Department. Come on up.
Thank you. The next group of awards will be presented to students in the physical education disciplines. Will Dr. Catherine Davis, Brian Terlizzi, and Felicia Cavallini come to the stage?
Good evening. The Emmy Evans Rector Excellence in Physical Education Teacher Education Award is given to the senior who has completed student teaching with the highest GPA. Emmy Evans Richter was a professor in the physical education teacher education program. She was also one of the key figures behind the formation of the Limestone athletic program. She coached volleyball for the Saints, and she was a charter member of the Saints Club. She was also a great supporter of the tennis programs. In fact, the Limestone tennis courts are named in her honor. In addition, Emmy Evans Rector was inducted into the Limestone University Athletics Hall of Fame in 1998. This year's recipient is a softball player. She student taught last semester at Drayton Mills Elementary School and Spartanburg High School because physical education is K through 12 in licensure. She did an excellent job and is very innovative in her lesson plans. This year's recipient is Madison Chappell. I do not see her.
We'll make sure she gets her award.
The Strength and Conditioning Academic Excellence Award is awarded to seniors who over the course of their career here at Limestone have separated themselves from their peers in both academic achievement, work ethic, and professionalism. And this year there are two such students who have done just that. The first being Hannah Smith. Hannah has been offered a graduate assistantship at the University of Ohio in exercise physiology and human performance. And the second recipient is Zane Boozer. Zane has been accepted into multiple master's programs at this point, is weighing his options.
Good evening. I'm Felicia Cavallini, faculty in kinesiology, and on behalf of Miss Anita Wood and myself, we are pleased to present several awards this evening of three very deserving young ladies, from exercise physiology to motor development, to sports science, to health and wellness, to behavioral nutrition and physical activity. We are exercise science and human movement studies. Tonight we celebrate three outstanding women who unquestionably embody and exude movement both traditionally in the classroom, demonstrating exceptional academic performances while serving our Limestone campus, the Gaffney community, and the people of Cherokee County and South Carolina. Our first award recipient is a 5-year starter, ace pitcher on our softball team, and was named MVP in 2021. But this year, she truly blossomed with her high-impact practices accomplishments. Working closely with Mr. James Taylor from the city of Gaffney, she was the point person who assisted him in rolling out the bike share program on our campus and in Gaffney. She continues to work with this citywide project to this day. After this semester, she will have presented twice in our Limestone Research Symposium and was one of our exercise science presenters in the Women in Technologies and Science Conference this year. Most recently, she tirelessly researched Native Americans in Cherokee County and South Carolina, as well as indigenous mental health and connection to physical activity. An excellent student, this year's Human Movement Studies Award goes to Haley White. Our next recipient is nothing less than superb in all she undertakes. Her academic, research, community service, and leadership responsibilities are superlative. Also an exercise science presenter in the Women in Technology and Science Conference, she has worked with Special Olympics and Meals on Wheels in Gaffney and the Carolina Miracle League in Spartanburg. Captain and setter of her highly ranked Division II volleyball team, she was selected as a nominee for Academic All-American in her top-ranked Division II conference while earning the South Atlantic Conference Commissioner's Honor Roll in 2021-2022. In addition to being a student athlete in our Honors College, she has received the Academic Dean Scholarship every year and was nominated for the Limestone 2023 Class Excellence Award. Finally, she has been a consistent presenter in our Limestone Research Symposium, researching such topics as the history and customs of the indigenous in Cherokee County and neuromuscular electrical stimulation, a review of current research and clinical application. With a 3.95 GPA, the Exercise Science Award goes to Melina Harris. Next is our first annual Rhonda K. Fleming Award. We established this prize in honor of the late Rhonda K. Fleming, who suddenly passed away in September of last year. Many of you remember our dear and wonderful colleague, Rhonda. A rare and true gem, Rhonda was what we kinesiology girls could only dream of. Educated in our field by only the finest physical education universities, she was well respected, incredibly dedicated to her discipline, hardworking, and darn right brilliant. Multi-talented, Rhonda taught all 4 of the core required curriculum classes in our physical education and exercise science curriculum every semester, an all but impossible feat for any other professor to accomplish. Students loved her as well. Madison Chappell from our PEAT program stated, "Ms. Fleming was a super understanding professor. She always wanted you to succeed and did everything she could to make sure you did." Ms. Kerrigan Thornton, also from our PEAT program, quoted, "Ms. Fleming was one of the best professors I had at Limestone. Not only did she teach me academics, but she also taught me life skills and how to be successful in my field of study. She was an intelligent woman and loved to share her knowledge with her students. Even through the pandemic, she showed up for her students and helped me through one of the hardest times. She will be dearly missed. I am honored to have been taught by Ms. Fleming, and I will take what she embodied as a teacher and use it for my future classroom." And finally, Ms. Haley White from our Human Movement Studies concentration expressed, "Ms. Fleming embodied the role of a great professor. She spread her love and knowledge of human movement with all of her students and truly wanted each one to gain an understanding and succeed in their specific field. I am truly honored and privileged to have been taught by one of the best in this field of study," end quote. Rhonda achieved everything imaginable in our profession. Our first ever recipient seemed to accomplish everything as an undergraduate at Limestone. With at least a 3.5 GPA, Abby was intricately involved with her research as my assistant for 3 years, earning her 3 peer-reviewed journal publications with the International Journal of Family Medicine and Disease Prevention. By the end of this semester, she will have presented in our Limestone Research Symposium 9 times, and she too represented our exercise science discipline, presenting in our recent WITS conference. She is a base and tumbler on our acrobatics and tumbling team, having won with her teammates the conference title in 2022, nationals in 2022 and 2023, while also being undefeated during the regular 2022 season as a team. During this time, she earned Athlete of the Week honors, Freshman of the Year on her team in 2022, and has received the Dean Scholarship the last 3 years. Her community service also ranges from improving our awareness of the history of Native Americans in Cherokee County to assisting our Gaffney City Administrator in the implementation of the bike share program at Limestone and surrounding community last spring. The winner of our first Rhonda K. Fleming Exercise Science Award is Abigail Treadway.
All right, so I'm looking off stage. Am I calling all 3 of you up together or 2? Okay, so we'll start with the first 2. Vanessa Fulbright and Dr. Amber Williams will be presenting awards from the Department of Nursing and Health Sciences.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to present the Academic Excellence in Athletic Training Award. This year we have 2 recipients. They have been in the program since day 1. They have set the standard for academic excellence. They have completed over 1,000 clinical hours, and they've both secured graduate assistantships for the upcoming year. In alphabetical order, the first recipient is Kirsty Minson. Kirsty will be attending Illinois State University, pursuing sports psychology next year. And my next recipient is Savannah Venters. Savvy will be attending the University of Florida, pursuing her doctorate in athletic training.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to recognize the students who have demonstrated excellence in the health sciences, and we have several concentrations under this major. The first will be Health Science General, Ms. Ratani Allen. Our second student is a pre-nursing concentration, and it's been my pleasure to teach all of them, but it's my extreme pleasure to teach and learn with Miss Olivia Irvin. For the pre-athletic training major or concentration, we have Zachary Lucas. Okay, we'll get this to Zachary. And then, excuse me, that was pre-physical therapy. Landon Murray for pre-athletic training.
Dr. Megan Richmond will present the award in Healthcare Administration.
Good evening. The renowned author and orator Booker T. Washington states excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. I must say it was uncommon to successfully matriculate through college during a global health pandemic. Yet many students here demonstrated that excellence. In the undergraduate healthcare administration program, we acknowledge the success and excellence of our graduating senior with the highest grade point average. Our honoree this evening has excelled in athletics and academics. That is common here at Limestone University. However, he did it in an uncommon way as after navigating a healthcare administration curriculum, including both business and healthcare courses. We congratulate Mr. Thomas Pallett on this notable demonstration of doing common things in an uncommon way by presenting him with this award of academic excellence in healthcare administration.
And Dr. Virginia Skates will present awards in education.
Good evening. When asked about the qualities of an excellent teacher, students and educators alike reported the following. Above all, they should love their students. An excellent teacher makes time for each student. Every student leaves the classroom feeling like they are the teacher's favorite. Teachers should learn something new every single day because you're never too old to learn. An excellent teacher makes the classroom a positive place to be. It feels like home, a good home, the kind of home every student dreams of. Teachers should be patient even when it's challenging. An excellent teacher looks for ways to become a better teacher, no matter how long they have taught. They collaborate with other teachers and love to learn with them and love to learn with their students as well. This year's award recipients have demonstrated exceptional abilities while student teaching that includes a disposition that is needed to be a phenomenal educator. It is my honor to recognize 2 of our graduating seniors who are now teachers with contracts and have risen to the top of their class in their respective fields. The Archie Fowler Excellence in Elementary Education Award is given in honor of Mr. Fowler, a longtime public school educator and Associate Professor Emeritus of Elementary Education. Mr. Fowler provided a set of values and outcomes as a teacher, administrator, and a professor that laid a pathway for all of our pre-service teachers to strive to achieve. This award is given to the graduating senior in elementary education with the highest GPA who also exhibits exemplary performance in the classroom. This year's recipient has demonstrated educational growth, commitment, and the desire to continue professional development in teaching and learning. She has created a culture of excellence for the students' lives that she has touched during her student teaching experience. Her cooperating teacher and the students that she taught had to say this about the experience with her during her clinical practice. She has built so much confidence since day one of student teaching. She has a love for teaching and for students. She is going to be a great teacher. I love how she teaches us and how we learn a lot. Please join me at this time in congratulating Ms. Heidi White on this well-deserved academic and professional recognition as the 2023 recipient of the Archie Fowler Excellence in Elementary Education Award. And I can tell you, I saw it in her in kindergarten. The Paula Schubert Russell Excellence in Early Childhood Education Award is given in honor of Dr. Paula Schubert Russell, the original designer and associate professor of the Limestone University Early Childhood Education Program. Dr. Schubert Russell developed a high-quality early childhood program that laid the groundwork for exemplary educators to enter the field of early childhood and promote developmentally appropriate practice within local, state, and national early childhood teaching and learning programs. This award is given to the graduating senior in early childhood education with the highest GPA who also exhibits exemplary performance in the classroom during their clinical practice experience. This year's recipient has demonstrated her commitment to continued educational growth, to furthering the early childhood profession, to working on making sure her students are learning and thriving in the classroom, and the desire to continue professional development in teaching and learning. She is a lifelong learner. She has created a culture of excellence for the students' lives that she has touched during her student teaching experience, as measured by their academic achievements during her tenure in their classroom. Her cooperating teacher and the students that she taught had this to say about the experience with her during her clinical practice experience. She really makes us love what we're learning. She is a natural teacher and she has a heart for the students in all areas of their lives, not just academics. She is the best teacher. I love her and she loves me. And I think she will come back to our class and keep teaching us because she really, really knows how to teach us. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Summer Waters on this well-deserved academic and professional recognition as the 2023 recipient of the Paula Schubert Russell Excellence in Early Childhood Education Award.
Under special awards, I am pleased to present the AAUW Senior Woman Award this evening. The American Association of University Women has a mission of advocating for equality in the classroom among both students and teachers and professors, as well as economic equality. It is open to all persons and who share an interest in this mission and have a minimum of a 2-year degree from a college or university. Each year, the faculty at Limestone University vote on the recipient of this award, choosing from the top 10 graduating women. This year's recipient is pre-professional biology and is a proven leader. And I'm very happy to say also a very high-marking student in my organic chemistry class. I would like to invite Andrea Zwinkels to the stage. Now, Andrea was honored, or should have already been honored, I did not double-check that, at the AAUW banquet. She would have received a certificate and a monetary token of recognition. She's already received a tumbler, so she has to settle with just getting a picture with me. But I hope, as her favorite organic chemistry professor, that will be all right. And of course, her only organic chemistry professor. I also have the honor of presenting the President's Student Service Award. And this student has served in the Student Government Association for every year that I know, and currently serves as its overarching president. I will say in the past couple of years that I've gotten to know this individual, I can definitely say that this person shows dedication to service and to enhancing the student experience. I would like to invite Mr. Richard Abney to the stage. I ask that you please take a moment to review the names of students listed on the program insert. I wish we had time to name them all. These include Honor Society members, graduates from the Honor Program, and Fall and Spring Symposium presenters. Will any students in the audience mentioned in these lists please stand and be recognized? Thank you. This concludes the 2022-2023 Academic Awards Ceremony at Limestone University. Let's give one big final round of applause for all of tonight's awards recipients. Good night and go Saints.